Denims stated about me, I am clearly distressed and unwell.
Can develop new tics, especially when he's very clearly mentally distressed and unwell, right?
Do you think that's a good comment to make? Following the revelation that CPS was called to my house by, like...
Yeah, so the guy with Tourette's, when exposed to extreme amounts of stress, developed a new tic. Like you're basically just admitting that y'all's actions are causing this man to be mentally unwell.
Sure. Quote, wanted to look at everything. He was checking the house. He was checking where the dogs go potty because he heard there was poop on the floor. Our house is spotless. Denims is visibly shows that...
This idea that a mansion could be covered in dog shit and it's all over the floor to where the baby has to crawl in it from a dog, what, this big? Just a dog the size of a house cat, that dog managed to produce that much poop. That in and of itself is laughable. But then to also believe that he didn't clean it, his wife didn't clean it, none of his housekeepers cleaned it, that the millionaire guy who can literally afford to just have people clean his house every day, that none of them did their job, and he didn't fire any of them or blame any of them or throw any of them under the... Like, the amount of shit you would have to believe in order to believe the claim that badempanada is making is like conspiracy level shit, as opposed to believing the obvious answer. The simplest answer is usually the right one, which is oh, he just made it up. Basically, she canceled her GoFundMe. She dropped her lawsuit against him, and there's probably a number of reasons for that. I don't think she was ever going to sue him to begin with. But it sounds like he may be planning to sue her. I don't know what to make of this.
So Denims, I have a little bit of a thing I want to read to her. Oh, I didn't announce this. She closed. Hold on. She closed her fucking GoFundMe. She was posturing that she was going to sue me for defamation. We sent them a letter back. She sent me a cease and desist. I sent a letter back just being like, basically, your client is getting out of her mind. She did not show you the context. And also she's deleting evidence. Exfoliating evidence.
I don't know if that counts if it hasn't actually, like, gone to court yet. Like, I don't know if you can delete evidence for a court case hasn't been filed yet. I mean, if he files a court case against her, or if he tries to sue her now, because there's zero chance that Denims is going to sue now that she's closed that GoFundMe. She's going to pretend like she still is. She's definitely not. But if he tries to sue her, like, I don't know if this would count as destruction of evidence, since she wasn't instructed not to destroy it at the time she destroyed it. I'm not sure how that would play out.
Is the legal term. No bueno. Why she closed it is anyone's guess. I think it's either because either her lawyer dropped her. That's what my lawyer thinks. That they saw this and they're like, I'm not defending you on this shit. Especially with...
That's probably the case, I would imagine, especially if it's lawyers saying it. But I would imagine, if she even had a lawyer, I would be more willing to bet that she was out shopping for lawyers. And every lawyer she took this case to and showed them all of the details of it. Because it's all online, they can just look it up. And as soon as they like got all of the details of it and exactly what she's suing over, they probably, lawyer after lawyer, just told her, you don't have a case here, sweetie. This is nothing. I can't win this, so no. That's what I would imagine happened. And after shopping around for a lawyer for however long she shopped around, she finally just gave up.
You guys not get a response from your response?
Mm-mm.
Huh.
This was the response.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, and considering that they reached out for responses to the cease and desist to try to get in touch with... I'm guessing that she just copied that cease and desist from the internet or something, because it doesn't sound like he knew what lawyer to get in touch with. It doesn't sound like she even had a lawyer get back to him.
I mean, who knows, but that doesn't seem like a great development.
So I think it was either her attorney dropped her or her attorney was like, I strongly advise against doing this because, again, a certain loss, and she would have to pay my attorney's fees. It would be the fattest fucking L ever for her. Going ahead with that would have been total suicide, right? Mm-hmm. But and also people were accusing her of like scamming, right? Because everyone was like, "Yo, where's that money gonna go?" Actually,
I think she did give the money back, didn't she? Which, I mean, there's no way she could have kept it. Like, she had to give it back. I would be shocked if she didn't give it back.
Well, she gave the money back, which is good.
Oh, she did give it back. Okay.
But it's a little embarrassing, Denims, no matter how she tries to spin this. Oh, by the way, she made right before she retracted her lawsuit and closed her her GoFundMe, she made this small adjustment on the page. It used to say here, if he retracts, this will be refunded. And then she changed it to modified to comply with GoFundMe terms of service. Sorry?
I'm not sure what the GoFundMe terms of service is, and I don't think he's going to look it up here. I should probably look it up myself. I'm being too lazy right now. But I would guess that GoFundMe probably has like a rule against making your GoFundMe contingent on the action of another person simply because they don't want people to weaponize their platform. That would be my guess.
That seems like she's trying to find a way to keep the dang money. So, she didn't though. She released it. Here she is. I'm trying to.
Yeah, I think he's just wrong there. I think that probably is like something that GoFundMe would make them do, to be like, you can't start a GoFundMe and say this GoFundMe is up unless this person does something. Yeah, like you can't use GoFundMe as a weapon to hold someone else ransom or hostage. I would imagine that's why that exists. So she was probably telling the truth there.
Watch all the videos and stuff before I read this document I've prepared for her. Denims implies that she will be going through with a self-funded lawsuit. No, she won't. Says she included the if I sue him language because Ethan technically has 10 days to retract. She's so fucking dumb, she doesn't even know the law. It's 20 days to retract, you absolute imbecile moron loser.
Saw a lot of people confused on what.
God, he is so pissed. I mean, his anger is justified, considering that they've targeted his children, sent human skulls to her house and to his house, and this girl is the one that, you know, platformed the guy leading the charge on the harassment against him. So, I mean, he's rightfully pissed, but damn, yeah, he is so pissed.
This meant, so I was like, okay. I will elaborate.
Please.
I will elaborate a little bit more. I saw a lot of people being like, well, I don't understand. Why would you start this journey and then say you're not going to do it? Why are you saying if? I'm saying if because the 10 days haven't run out yet.
Oh, please, shut the fuck up.
He can still retract his statements. I can't sue him because he's...
You can sue someone even if they retract their statements. If their statements are defamatory, even if they retract them, if the damage has already been done, you can still sue for said damage. The retraction means nothing.
Retracted the defamatory claims.
That's not true also. Like, again, these people, you can still sue if they retracted, right?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Ethan's been through court more than once at this point. Like, of course he knows this.
Of course you can.
Girl, he is not going to, sure, but you can't say, I am going to do this, and then he retracts.
Yes, you can. You can do both. So anyway, she's been kind of dodgy. She gave the money back. She seems to have got a little docile on the issue, right? So anyway, I prepared a response to her with some things that I want to just say for the record, you know. And if she wants to respond, that'd be great. If she doesn't, then it really doesn't matter either way. But
oh, is he about to go in? Is he about to go in? Or is he going to issue a challenge? Or is he going to announce that he's going to sue her? So many ways that this could go. I think he's about to go gloves off, honestly.
I'm going to read this to you, Dan.
Do it!
And I hope that you enjoy it. And feel free to correct me where I'm wrong. I want to address something from Denim's correction demand in her letter. The letter claims I falsely stated that Denims herself filed the preceding CPS report, or that Denims caused others to do so. The letter also states, on March 11th, I acknowledged Denims had...
Yeah, I mean, I think the whole issue, and I don't think he ever stated that she called CPS on him or that she told others to do it. The issue was never that she told people to or that she did it herself. The issue was that when her chat started chanting call CPS and it became obvious that someone might do it, she didn't tell anybody not to. She smiled and nodded while she waited for it to happen, and now she's going to pretend like she didn't know it was going to happen. Yeah, like, so one could argue that that's the outcome she wanted. that she manipulated her audience by putting this information in front of her that she knew was false, and then just watched as they did what the internet does. And then she smiled and waited for it to happen and didn't disavow it until afterward, which isn't good enough.
He announced,
as we've learned from the Carl Jobs case, that's not good enough.
Herself or anyone in her community making contact with CPS. Let me be clear. I have never claimed that Denims called CPS. I have never implied that Denims called CPS. If my statements were interpreted as stating this, I want to correct the record and make it clear that I do not think, do not state, do not believe that Denims called CPS. Obviously, moronic, idiotic, stupid. Let me also address the point in the letter that I claim Denim caused others to call CPS. I did not state, and I do not believe Denims made a direct call to action to her audience to contact CPS. Obviously, right? Never said that.
Okay.
I do believe, however, Denims, if you are listening, you are responsible for spreading and endorsing false statements that contribute to the fraudulent call to CPS.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was always his issue, and I think everyone agrees. The issue was you platformed badempanada, like me and my wife even watched it on stream, and you can see her do it in real time. She platforms badempanada. He mentions that Ethan's house is covered in dog shit, and his babies are walking around in dog shit, and that's why they got sick. And then she pauses the video and goes, "Is that true?" Same thing I've done here tonight when I questioned something, and then didn't check it at all. When I say, "Is that true?" I'll stop and Google it and I'll check it. But she said, "Is that true?" And then she pauses for a second and goes, "That's crazy. Why is it every time I look in on something about Ethan, I find out it's getting worse? How is this possible?" I'm like, "But you didn't verify any of it. You literally paused the video to question it, and then you didn't verify it, and then just acted as if it was true. You acted as if you verified it without actually doing anything. That was the problem."
The evidence supports me 100%. Let's summarize. March 1st, 2 days before the fraudulent call to CPS. Hold on, I got timestamps. This is the infamous clip, by the way, that we've all seen. But just to jog your memory.
And then Denim hosts this and see what she says. And then now we wonder why people are calling Child Protective Services.
But they called it before I even did this stream.
She's so stupid. I can't believe she actually said that.
She's not stupid. She's gaslighting her stupid audience.
He lets his dogs shit.
You guys know this one. We've watched it a million times.
Yeah, this is the
his
one.
mansion.
Yeah. So on this day, March 1st, this was 2 days before the fraudulent call to CPS was made. Denims uncritically, that's you, played a clip of George Janitis, the human STD, a person who Denim knows is clearly biased against me and a prolific spreader of misinformation. In the video Denims watched, George Janitis, the human STD, claims that there was dog shit all over my home, that I just leave it on the floor, that my house is just covered in dog shit, my kids crawl around in dog shit. He intimates that my kids either eat dog shit or get in contact with it with their hands, that my children contracted a parasite called Giardia from the dog shit that is all over my house. One day, his house is covered in dog shit and he's neglecting children raised by nannies have contracted parasites previously known to science from the feces. These were all statements of fact by your friend George Janitis, the human STD. Denims, she demonstrates she believes his statements are false when she smiles and laughs during the clip. No, sorry. She believes his statements.
Yeah, she believes them to be true. She acted as if they were true with zero verification. It like his claims went completely uncontested.
His lies, his defamatory statements during that. She's laughing, smiling, and nodding during the clip, making sounds of agreement. She says, "Dude, how is it that like maybe like once a week I look into what Ethan's been up to, and every time I manage to find more and more terrible shit?"
Yeah, regardless of what she believes or what any of you may believe, I'm not sure if I know there's a myth around this. Inaction can be just as criminal as action. So Like, for instance, if even if somebody else is in the wrong, and you're driving, and they run a red light in front of you, but you had enough time to stop, and instead you hit the gas to ram them because, oh, they ran a red light, I can get an insurance claim. You can get in trouble for failure to avoid an accident, meaning you had every opportunity in the world to avoid that accident, even though you weren't in the wrong, and you didn't. So inaction can still be criminal, and her inaction is the problem.
In response to a chatter stating, "We now have shit Saturdays," Denim says this is not
Multitasking is the entire theme of the stream here, man. I'm playing a video game while watching this. My content's usually stuff people put on in the background. It's more of a listening experience, but hey, if you guys want to watch some Bad Oblivion gameplay while I do this, check it out. Although we will be doing a dedicated gaming stream in 2 days for the launch of Elden Ring, Night Rain. Me and my wife will probably play that. I don't know, we may do some reaction stuff during it, but if that game locks us in the way Souls-like games tend to do for us, she's a big Souls-like fan, then that may just be more of a chill and talk about shit while we focus up on the game kind of stream. I don't do as many gaming streams as I used to, but this is more fun for me.
not a joking matter, by the way. It can be very severe and deadly to small children. I mean, much like many other illnesses, it's very, very dangerous when infants get the same sickness that adults get. There's a lot of things you can get as an adult, you're totally fine. You'll be okay, no problem. A child, a small infant, has no immune system and shouldn't be catching anything. Another part of the clip plays in Denims states, "No wonder this motherfucker is always sick." Yeah, it all makes sense now. It all makes sense now. It makes sense why he doesn't care about Palestinian children when he doesn't care about his own. How is this?
Why does that make sense? Why would any... I don't think you could walk up to any parent in the United States and fucking... Yeah, like, I don't think you could walk up to any parent in the United States and ask them, hey, would you sacrifice your child if it meant you could save the lives of 10,000 Palestinian children? I'm pretty sure they'd all still pick their child. I don't think there's any parent in the entirety of the U.S. that would care about Palestinian children more than their own.
What's happening? How is this?
This is the injection of politics somewhere where politics doesn't belong. Politics has nothing to do with Ethan's love for his own children. Like, it does not play a factor there.
It's happening. How? Clearly, Denims, you did not disavow, you did not disclose the credibility of badempanada. You uncritically platformed and agreed with the statements that I was putting my kids in danger. Clearly.
Better at it than me. Man, I can't focus like that. Yeah, no, I've got good at it. I got a foot pedal for the PC because multitasking is just like... I've worked from home for years. Not YouTube. I mean, I have a tech job. I work in the IT field. But I've learned how to multitask because, you know, working from home, I have that kind of freedom. Usually I'm like playing stuff on my Switch. But, you know, I've also learned that I can do stuff on the PC. And I got a foot pedal so that I can control the media controls on the computer without having to take my hand off the controller. So I can just focus on two things at once. Yeah, multitasking is just the name of the game with my job anyway. So it's an acquired skill.
And Denims, you were clearly looking at your chat during the stream. Obviously, you're reading comments and you're looking at the monitor, including the numerous calls to action to contact CPS. And what did you do, Denims? Did you moderate the chat? Did you say don't call CPS? Did you do anything? You did not. And unfortunately for you, it's all on you.
Yeah, doing nothing in that situation would be criminal. In the same way that, like, if your child was about to get hurt, I know these are all childless people, like Denims. They've proven themselves time and time again that they do not understand how children work and they're childless. But if I were to not stop my child from doing something dangerous, and then be like, well, I didn't want her to do something dangerous, but I also didn't tell her not to, that would be neglect. I would be held criminally liable for that. Because I had the ability to stop the bad thing from happening, and then I didn't. Yeah.
Video. On March 7th, while reacting to the podcast episode where we revealed CPS visited our home, Denim states, Here, I'll play this clip for you.
He's just showing the camera his phone. He's literally standing up straight.
Injury he sustained in the disinformation wars. He had to spend long hours hunched over a laptop, ignoring his children and the poop they were eating for months to deliver that powerful content puke against the most evil man to ever live. Hassan.
So does she disavow that? Does she say that's not true now that the CPS has already been called? Or does she still just like double down on it?
Piker.
Also, he literally makes fun of Mike from PA about weight all the time. That's not relevant to his arguments either. Yeah, I mean, I don't even make fun of people's weight. I've never made...
So she just glossed over it and didn't address the chatter who donated to mention the poop all over the house or the CPS call. She just doesn't acknowledge it at all. Okay.
Fun of people's weight. I do make fun of people's posture. If you're making an active decision that, like, you don't give a fuck about your health or your posture or your dog shitting all over the house to the point where your kids are getting giardia.
Oh, no, she does double down. She does mention it again. She just uncritically says it as if it's true. Wow.
That's the image of someone who is not well. Wait, what? Wait, what, Denims? Wait, what?
I knew iDubbbz was bad, but shit, he really went off the deep end bad. I'm convinced that it's just like, he doesn't have the balls to stand up to his wife, but I think it all stems from jealousy. I think he is just insanely jealous of Ethan.
You guys didn't know about this? Yeah.
Denims here is regurgitating the claim and restating it as fact, actually doubling down. She says, well, you have bad posture. Of course you have dog shit on your floor, which let's not even talk about the logic involved in that one. But she goes, and a chatter says, really? Like casting doubt? That seems far-fetched. And she goes, oh, you didn't know about this? Yeah. That sounds like you are restating the defamatory accusation as fact to your audience uncritically. And this is after, by the way, we revealed CPS visited our home. So even after CPS visited, not only did you not denounce it, you doubled down on it, on the claim. You said, no, it is true. He leaves shit on the floor. Oh, you guys didn't know about this? Yeah.
Yeah, she states it as if it's true. She restates it. Yeah, she talks about it as if it's news she's learned. News she didn't Google, she didn't verify. And after the visit by CPS, she should know isn't true.
This was her, dude, this was her what happened? Oh. This was actually her reacting to the episode where we talk about CPS coming to our house. Her response directly to us saying CPS visited was not like, oh, that's fucked up. Oh, why would they do that? Who would do that? I don't believe that this was appropriate. No, she justifies it by saying, I leave.
All right. I know Ethan's got a tick. I'm not making fun of his Tourette's right now. But maybe he should keep his hands on the desk, because being down here with this motion, it just looks like something else going on there. One of his producers should get that in check.
Dog shit on my floor because I have bad posture. Oh, you guys didn't know about this? Yeah.
I can't stop laughing.
That doesn't look good, then. That sounds like defamation to me. I'll continue. March 8th, the next day, which was after we revealed the CPS incident and stated we are exploring litigation against her. This is my favorite part, Denims, and I hope you're watching closely. Denims either deleted her March 1st and March 7th videos or privated them.
Do you think Hassan deserved a permanent ban from Twitch? Hassan deserved a permanent ban from Twitch quite some time ago. This 24-hour ban, this is a PR move. This isn't even a ban. This isn't a punishment. They gave him a 3-day weekend for Memorial Day. It wasn't a coincidence that they waited until, like, he probably wanted the day off anyway and needed an excuse for it. I wouldn't be surprised if he talked to them and asked them for it. Or they offered it to him because they're like, well, we probably should ban you because of this, this, and this. Yeah, like, they got a lot of pushback, but honestly, he should have been banned a while ago. He is literally on stream showing propaganda from Hamas. He's showing their recruitment videos. Oh, I'm sorry, music videos. He's platforming terrorists. That's not contested. They are terrorists. Like the U.S. government has classified them as a terrorist group. You could not do this back after, like, I'm pretty sure that they would arrest you or come after you, or you'd end up on an FBI list. If after 2001, if after 9/11, you were showing videos on a website, on YouTube or somewhere, in fact, I think they probably did do that. I should probably look that up, but like videos of Al Qaeda back then. I believe there was a beheading video. Kind of beheading video I remember seeing back then. Kind of beheading video where it became like skits on Key and Peele and stuff, but yeah, so somebody uploaded that to YouTube and ended up on an FBI list back then. The beheading of Salafi jihadist groups, by Salafi jihadist groups, blah blah blah. Yeah, so they beheaded a guy and put the video up on YouTube, and like channels that were reposting it ended up on an FBI list. So like you couldn't show stuff from a registered terrorist group on the internet back then. And I'm pretty sure that if you did the same thing for ISIS and stuff, that they would do the same thing to you then. But it seems like over time, like that's just become okay. Like Twitch isn't just not banning him at this point. I'm full on convinced that Twitch is protecting him, that Twitch is shielding him, and that he's probably flying a little bit under the radar because of the fact that he's on Twitch. I think if he was on YouTube or a bigger platform, then it would have taken notice by mainstream media and by other people. But because he's on Twitch, kind of a private platform, and I'm pretty sure that they delete those VODs anytime he does something like that, then it's harder for mainstream media to track down. So it kind of flies under the radar. It's one of those like open secret things. Like it's known, but it's not taken seriously for some reason. He should have been banned a long time ago for it, though, honestly. I just got called a Zionist, a baby killer on Twitter for simply stating that, yeah, they just parrot the things that they hear from them. The dude, just check the comment section on any of my Ethan or Hassan iDubbbz anytime I talk about their content. And then I cut these times I talk about their content on live stream. Obviously, all the videos on my channel are just clips from the live stream. But check the videos on any of those topics. It's people screaming "Free Palestine." I have my wife on here. She's black, so they'll spam the comment section with the watermelon emoji. Yeah, that one's clever. It's funny, you guys don't know what dog whistles are until you need to use one, right? Weird how that works. Oh, let me guess, you just liked watermelon? Oh, it's not a swastika sword, it's from Bleach. Oh, that watermelon's not racist, I just really like watermelon. You know, whatever, man, fuck off. Yeah, so I've been called a Zionist. I've been called a Zionist defender, a genocide supporter. Like, even though in those videos I flat out tell you that I do not care about the politics, as far as I'm concerned, you can just set a bunch of nukes on the border and whichever side gets to it first wins. I don't care. This fucking holy war over there has been going on for over 100 years. And it'll go on for 100 more. I'm convinced that that's the only way that it will end, is for one side to wipe out the other. There is no solution where they work together. That there's a reason peace in the Middle East was considered an impossible goal throughout all of the 80s and 90s, and now no one says peace in the Middle East anymore, because I guess we just flat out gave up on that idea. Yeah, that's just, I don't keep up with it because this is like, oh, they're still fighting? Cool, tell me when they're done. Every new development is just, like, how many times have they gone to war with each other? How many times have they fought each other and bombed each other? Like, most of these people are too young to remember that this is a cycle. We've been through this before multiple times. I am much older than most of those people. I was born in the 80s. I have seen this happened all through my high school, my middle school, my college. This has gone on over and over again. Doesn't matter which leaders they kill. It doesn't matter how much progress is made. Every now and then you get a ceasefire that lasts a little bit, but then it kicks back up again. This is nothing new, and it doesn't interest me. I don't care about it. But saying I don't care about it means I'm a Zionist, genocide-supporting baby killer. Yeah, they just repeat whatever Hassan says on stream, so they're not worth engaging with. They are not at all worth engaging with.
She did this for a reason. If these videos exonerate her like she claims, why would she delete or private them? Instead, she would have owned me by sharing them. Since she deleted or privated her videos, it demonstrates to me that she has something to hide. After I publicly addressed the spoliation issue on May 9th, I have not seen a single clip of Denims addressing the fact that she has erased critical evidence. Which further emphasizes to me, Denims, that you might have something to hide in there. And you could easily disprove me by, you know, just publishing those two broadcasts. Right? That'd be easy to do.
Oh, yeah, I got you want the best way to handle the arguments with those people? So I got a Twitter thread where there was a post about Hassan coming back from his ban. Speaking of Hassan's ban, he came back from his ban and deleted every single one of his VODs from Twitch. Now, I'm sure the cope or the explanation, which I haven't heard any of them give yet, but I'm sure when Hassan speaks on it, his explanation is going to be, I didn't delete all those videos. Twitch did. They must have did it while I was banned. I didn't even know that happened, girl. Yeah, he's going to do that. I'm convinced that he did it. Before he started streaming that day he was unbanned, he went through and just deleted all of his VODs. But there's not a single VOD on his channel now. And one guy in the comment thread was trying to defend him. There was a Hassan Glazer in the comments thread going, like it matters that he deleted them from Twitch. All of his videos are all over YouTube anyway. It's not like he can delete them. They're all out there. So I replied, this is the way you respond to those people. Make them show their work. So I replied, I was like, oh, what YouTube archives the entirety of his streams and not just clips? Because I haven't seen a single YouTube channel that archives his entire VODs unedited. So if you can point me to that channel, I'm more than happy to be proven wrong. Just point me to where that channel is. I'll wait. And he replies back with, well, hold your breath then while you're waiting. Ha ha ha. It calls me a Zionist. And then a bunch of people join in trying to get him to show his work. Show us where that YouTube channel is. Yeah, prove it. They can't. They can never prove it. They talk out of their ass. Just ask them to prove it. Like, they're so easy to disprove. Dude, I don't even know what the fuck a Zionist is. I do not keep up with politics. I am here for the drama, not the politics.
And I mean, I've already called her out for erasing.
I know to them, Zionist is like the cheat code for Jew. Does it mean Jewish? Because the way they use it, I think it means Jewish. Again, I don't know what a Zionist means, but if I'm only watching Hassan and his groupies, then I would think that Zionist meant Jew. I don't fucking know.
Erasing evidence, and she did not respond to that, you know. Not looking good, right? Just prove me wrong and make it public. March 1st and March 7th.
Yeah, that's the response. Always prove me wrong. It's the one thing they can never do.
Broadcast, you know.
She's not going to unprivate them.
In response to what appears to be a chatter implicating her in the CPS event, Denims responds with, quote, "Can you find me the part where I asked anyone to contact CPS or where I condone that behavior or just any clip?" My response to this is this, Denims. The clips are from your March 1st and March 7th stream. You treated these false allegations as true, uncritically, continue to platform them.
Yep, uncontested. You just treated them as if they were fact. She even stops to question them at first. Like, even she knows how ridiculous they sound. Because when he first says that his house is covered in dog shit and his babies are walking around in the dog shit, she goes, "Is that true?" And then acts like, "That's crazy." Yeah, because it is crazy. Like, that's one of those statements that should be obviously false on its face. Like, you shouldn't even have to question it. Like, you should know that that's false.
Emphasize them, justify them. Your chat was urging you and other chatters to contact CPS, and you said and you did nothing.
What is that? He keeps flashing up on screen.
And then you erased the evidence. Are you sweating yet? I would be if I was you. And that's just half of it.
Does that mean he's gonna sue her? Like, does that mean countersuit is coming? Like, what would she be sweating about if there's no consequence for the action?
Are you regretting refunding that money, Denims? You should be. You can ask again, I'm sure.
This sounds like he's gonna sue her. Like, this sounds like he's planning something here. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. Ethan is no stranger to a courtroom.
Though, I'm sure they'll come back. Stronger than ever. Not looking good. Denim states, quote, I've never mentioned CPS once. I'm pretty strongly against CPS because it's so underfunded and there aren't enough homes for people.
So brave. So brave.
I've never said to do this. I, in fact, say the complete opposite, which is don't tap the glass.
You didn't say that when you were showing the bad empanada video. You didn't say anything. You just sat there with that shit-eating grin on your face.
Don't waste your time going and responding or commenting or even doing any of this shit.
I'll never take her seriously knowing that she fucked Destiny. She didn't fuck Destiny. She didn't fuck Destiny. I heard that call. She fucked some dude in Destiny's house, but it wasn't Destiny.
Well, that's very compelling stuff.
I mean, if she did, they haven't acted like it, and they haven't, like, I feel like Destiny would have said something about it, or I heard a clip about it, because the leaked audio of him bitching about, like, her being in his house, it was because she was fucking some other guy in his house. And it sounds like she's probably mad that he wouldn't fuck her. Oh, found a hidden door.
But let's analyze it. First,
not that you should have respect for Destiny, because he does leak sex tapes and he's a sex pest, but just saying, if he does seem like the kind of guy smart enough to turn down Denims. She's cute, but she ain't worth the trouble. She ain't that cute.
You did not say that you are against contacting CPNs, nor did you ever tell your audience not to contact CPS, because the allegations are false. You only echo the points that we ourselves raised on our March 7th podcast, that CPS is underfunded and making a fraudulent call to CPS is a waste of valuable resources. Second of all, where's the clip of you telling your audience not to contact CPS that you were referring to? Was it made before we disclosed the CPS call? If this evidence existed, then why?
I believe it was her reacting to your podcast episode that was entitled "CPS Got Called On." Yeah, so no, it definitely wasn't before.
Aren't you sharing it? Instead, the only clip we have are from March 1st and March 7th, where you endorsed the false allegations that led to the CPS investigation. From the evidence we have, it seems that the first time you denounced the CPS incident was after we had disclosed it happened, and after we had said we were exploring litigation against you. Convenient, don't you think? Destiny Orbiter Denims?
Ooh. He knows she hates that.
Only one of us has been to Destiny's house. Raise your hand if you've been to Destiny's house before. Not me. Denims, you at home raising your hand? Okay. Should be. Oh, brother. Denims also states, I think it's pissed him off enough that he's now trying to connect me to the CPS thing, even though I was gone. I didn't stream for 3 days when this happened. In the stream prior to that, I didn't make any comments about CPS, like I didn't have anything to do with this. You are such a fool. Do you think that a judge is as dumb as your fucking fans?
No, that's why she canceled the...
Let's analyze this once again. First, the statement that you made that you did not stream when the CPS incident happened is plainly false. We have the March 1st clip. This was 2 days before the call was made to CPS. 2 days. And you erased it. Right? I mean, take that in. 2 days before CPS call was made, and then she erased it. She says, I didn't stream for 3 days when this happened. That's a lie. It's a provable lie. Second, and I've said this before, whether you explicitly instructed your audience to contact CPS misses the point. You treated the false statements about me as true in your March 1st and March 7th stream. These are the false statements that led to the fraudulent CPS call. That is the accusation. You are incapable of actually interfacing with it because you want to lie to your fans to make it not seem as bad. But the problem with that, Denims, is that that's not going to work in court. People are not as dumb as you and your fans.
By people, he means judges, lawyers, the people that matter.
Right. And it's looking bad. It's looking real bad. Response to a chatter stating, quote, do you have any idea how traumatic it is to have the authorities randomly show up to your house at night, going through all your things, accusing you of crimes you didn't do? No one should be subjected to that treatment. Denims responded by saying, quote, sure, but we're talking about not cops showing up at your house. We're talking about CPS. Which anyways, to begin with, I don't condone. I've never condoned it, and you will never find a clip of me saying, yes, we should do this, because it doesn't exist. Now, by the way, Denims, I don't know. I know you're childless, right? Do you think that CPS coming, who has the authority to remove my children from me, is somehow less scary than the police showing up? You fucking ignorant moron, you pathetic loser, you weasel. You're not.
It's because she doesn't have children. She doesn't understand what CPS, actually does when they visit. She doesn't know any of this. And she's not going to bother herself to look because her audience isn't going to question her. She can just say whatever, and they're going to take it at face value the same way she took Bad Empanada at face value, or any post she reads on H3 Snark or on Reddit. Yeah.
Not weaseling your way out of this, Denims. It's all right here in black and white. Plain as day. I gave you the chance to... Did I send her? Oh, I
was
haven't.
that
I don't know
noise?
if I sent her. I don't think I sent Denims a retraction letter yet. We'll get there. One thing at a time. I'll give you the opportunity. Let's analyze this. First, you're minimizing what happened. CPS has the authority to take my kids away from me. That is the worst thing that could happen to a family. Sorry, it's not the police. Not scary. Second,
He's not wrong,
the
though.
point is not that you instructed your audience to contact CPS. The point is that you propagated the false statements that led to this incident, and you turned a blind eye to your chat, urging people to contact CPS.
That noise was a soundbite of the Rizzler? Oh, I know nothing about the Rizzler other than my kids...
I'm heading off, man. I'll catch you around.
Later, man. Other than my kids will occasionally do the, with the Rizzler chin thing. Or whatever fucking thing he does. I don't know. I don't keep up with that shit. But, yeah, I know nothing about the Rizzler. Does the Rizzler make that noise? It sounded like a goat.
You stated. Also, the clips that they procured, by the way, is after CPS showed up at their door. Because, I wasn't streaming on the days that this thing happened, and there are no previous clips of me talking about CPS being involved ever. It's again, you are ignoring the March 1st stream where you propagated the falsehoods that led to the incidents 2 days before.
Yeah, it's gaslighting, and it works on our audience. You can debunk it all you want, but you're evil and you're a liar, so they'll never listen to you. I mean, he has to keep doing this, though. Like, he has to keep debunking it. He has to keep, like, making these statements, because when this inevitably, or something adjacent to this, if not this, something adjacent to it, when some part of this inevitably goes to court, because this escalation is going to continue, and that's where it's going to end, he's going to have an established history of trying to state his case and trying to state the truth and no one listening to me, and then them calling me a liar. Yeah. So he now has intentionality, that they are intentionally defaming me and calling me a liar even when I've proved them wrong. Yeah. So he kind of has to keep doing this.
1, 2, call. It's not hard to understand. I know you want people, you're trying to... Just because you erased the stream doesn't mean it didn't happen. Unfortunately for you, once again. Second, we cannot get any of the clips of you discussing CPS prior to the fraudulent call because, anybody?
She deleted them.
You fucking erased them or privated them. If your March 1st and March 7th streams exonerate you, then release them. Pretty simple stuff.
Yeah, call them on their bullshit. Ask them to show their work. They never fucking can. You go through my... There's a couple comments from me by those people where one of them will actually make a claim and not just insult me and call me a Zionist or whatever. And then I try to debunk the claim and I'm realizing that, oh shit, I typed a fucking book to this guy because I was taking this... That was before I knew how bad this audience was. I would engage with them and I would try to talk to them like normal people. And then I quickly realized after typing an entire book to one guy that, oh, right, so I wrote like 3 or 4 paragraphs. I went into detail and tried to debunk stuff that I was pretty sure I said in the video anyway, but I restated it there. And it didn't matter. Like, they just don't listen. It's as if you're talking to a fucking wall. They just keep chanting their mantras. They'll never show their work. They'll never have any evidence. Like, they'll never have anything to back themselves up. And they'll always resort to insults, ad hominems, or calling you the worst things in the book, like a genocide supporter or a baby killer. Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
Denim states further, it's not worth your time and effort to fucking keeping up with Ethan Klein's life in your personal time. That you're sitting there by yourself calling CPS. You're a freak and I don't want you here. If you think that's cool and fun, unless you personally know Ethan Klein, by the way, and you've been to his house, and you see that there's things happening that we don't know about, well, that's an interesting carve-out. This is really outstanding advice, Denims. Where was this energy on March 1st, by the way, as people were clamoring to call CPS in your chat? Why did you obsess about my life and propagate falsehoods that you now imply you knew nothing about? Why didn't you call out your evidence when they were urging someone to call CPS then? To date, I have not received an explanation for that. So
and
to
you're never
summarize,
going
the
to.
only evidence we have of Denims telling her audience not to call CPS is after it happened, after we went public, after we threatened litigation, and after she deleted and privated her videos. Is this the actions of an innocent person?
Nope.
Her explanation was not that the allegations she helped spread were false. Rather, it was because of a reason we stated the day before, that CPS resources should not be squandered based on fraudulent calls. Let's also examine other parts of Denims' March 8th stream. Denims clearly doubles down on the false allegation that led to the fraudulent call to CPS. Many of these clips came after she claimed to have never supported contacting CPS. Denims stated about me, I am clearly distressed and unwell.
Can develop new tics, especially when he's very clearly mentally distressed and unwell, right?
Do you think that's a good comment to make? Following the revelation that CPS was called to my house by, like...
Yeah, so the guy with Tourette's, when exposed to extreme amounts of stress, developed a new tic. Yeah, like, you're basically just admitting that y'all's actions are causing this man to be mentally unwell. That the man who already has Tourette's and, like, you can visibly see, like, what level of stress and anxiety he's under based on the number of tics he has. And that you guys are making it worse and then making fun of it or, like, pointing it out. Yeah, like, none of this is going to play well in front of a judge. None of it. God, I really hope he sues her. I don't think anything will come of it. I don't think anybody's going to sue anybody. They're just going to keep, like, threatening lawsuits forever and not actually do it. But, God, I really wish he would.
One of your fans. So is this just... doesn't this... Well, if it's true what you say, that I'm mentally distressed and unwell, wouldn't that justify calling CPS if you actually believe that?
No.
In response to Ela stating the CPS social worker, quote, wanted to look at everything. He was checking the house. He was checking where the dogs go potty because he heard there was poop on the floor. Our house is spotless. Denims is visibly shows that...
This idea that, a mansion could be covered in dog shit and it's all over the floor to where the baby has to crawl in it from a dog, what, this big? Just a dog the size of a house cat? that dog managed to produce that much poop. That in and of itself is laughable. But then to also believe that he didn't clean it, his wife didn't clean it, none of his housekeepers cleaned it, that the millionaire guy who can literally afford to just have people clean his house every day, that none of them did their job, and he didn't fire any of them or blame any of them or throw any of them under the... Like, the amount of shit you would have to believe in order to believe the claim that Bad Empanada is making is like conspiracy level shit, as opposed to believing the obvious answer. The simplest answer is usually the right one, which is oh, he just made it up. Come on.
She doesn't even believe Hila when she says this. Check this out.
That as well.
He was.
He wanted to look at everything.
Well, the house is spotless.
He was checking the house and like, where do the dogs go potty? Because
I think Ethan said he's new in the snark community or something like that. I think it was before the CPS called though, so I don't know if that's been changed. Like, I don't know who specifically you would sue there though. Like, I know you could sue maybe Reddit itself because they're refusing to remove it. I mean, I think you'd have a pretty good case there if they're playing favorites or they're not. Especially if they have like a terms of service. Terms of service, I think that legally counts as a contract. And if they're not enforcing that terms of service equally, I don't know if there's like an actual case there. But if you could somehow prove that like they delete other creators' snark subreddits when they do this stuff or when they've done less than this, because I know Trisha got hers deleted. He's talked about that one. Hassan's got deleted. I'm pretty sure others have too. But yours, when you've reached out to them multiple times and they just refuse to, and you can prove that you've got harassment coming from that community and they refuse to address it, you might have a case there. I think he's got a better case at suing Denims for defamation just based on this, though, which is what he's hinting at in this video. I hope he does it. I don't think he will. I don't think anybody's actually suing anybody, if we're being honest. But I think he should.
we heard that there's poop on the floor.
And the house is spotless.
Our house is so clean.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. She...
I have no words. I have no words, dude. I have nothing to say.
You know, it's a shame that this is edited. However, she erased the evidence. You know what I mean? I feel like I've seen this unedited, though. Does someone know where that? I feel like I've seen this clip unedited.
I feel like I have too.
But anyway, she smiles at the camera, then she says this.
I have no words. I have no words, dude. I have nothing to say. Nothing to say.
What's funny? Can you please explain to us, Denims, what's funny about saying our house is spotless to the CPS social worker who's looking for dog shit on the floor? This, by the way, is from your March 8th stream, Denims, after you knew that they had already visited. Clearly, you don't believe us. Again, if my children are living in a filthy house, as George Denims, the human STD, described...
Wait, is that Bad Empanada's real name? Does he just keep using his real name on purpose? I mean, I would have no sympathy for Bad Empanada whatsoever. If you did somehow acquire his real name and stuff, I mean, dox him. Not that it's going to amount to anything. The dude lives in fucking Argentina where no one's ever going to go after him. But, yeah, just fucking put his information out there. The guy's been asking for it for a while. I don't think anyone's going to have information for Bad Empanada getting doxxed.
And if you don't believe us, our house is spotless. In fact, that's such an absurd idea that you think it must be hideously polluted. Wouldn't that justify contacting CPS, Denims? In response to Hila pointing out that the two of our kids are 5 and 3, Denims states, create any bad memory. Oh, no. Don't bring that one up. This one looks very bad, Denims. This one is not good for you.
He agreed to
even just from an atmosphere,
visit.
even just from an atmospheric, right? Like, I mean, you just look so fucking callous and dumb. You know, it's fantastic.
Coming back next week.
When the kids are at home, because he needs to fucking interview our kids as a matter of procedure.
But I was like, I really don't want you to create any bad memory here for them. Like, they are 5 and 3. They don't understand this shit. So I told him,
create any bad memory for them. You're not forming memories at 3 years old, and it's very rare that you're forming memories at 5 years old. When we're talking about being,
if you listen closely, it almost sounds like she's justifying the call as not that bad.
able to remember, being able to recall memories, it's like 4 is the cutoff. But even if you are forming any memories at 4, you're not going to be able to remember them past like
I wasn't supposed to kill a guy.
15. You have maybe 1 or 2 memories. Yes, you will remember. So everyone in chat here has a collection, like 50 plus memories of when they were 3 years old.
Said it before, but I'll say it again. This is obviously coming from a childless individual who doesn't understand the difference between memories you recall, as in vivid memories of experiences that you remember and can like say this happened to me, versus memories that are emotional, meaning you remember the experience, you're traumatized by it, but you don't remember exactly what happened. So for instance, a child, let's say 3 years old, were to get bit by a dog, then they would grow up with an unnatural fear of dogs compared to normal people. They may not remember specifically being bit by the dog or what the dog looked like or even when it happened, but they would instinctively know from that point forward, because they've been traumatized by a dog bite at a very early age, that dogs are dangerous. That is human instinct. When something traumatizes you, you develop an aversion for it, because that's how, we didn't die when we were cavemen. Jesus. She's not a psychologist. She's a fucking idiot. Look, the only reason, I know Ethan's covering it up right here. The only reason anyone watches Denims, the only reason she has the viewership she has, is because of her massive streaming personalities. Because if you pay attention to her content, and then pay attention to the content of someone like Frogan, there's no difference in their actual content. They do the same shit. They spout the same talking points, and their personalities are actually pretty similar. There's no difference between those two content-wise. Now, the difference is that one of them you can watch on mute and actually be somewhat enjoyed by the content, whereas the other one is borderline unwatchable. That's it. One has a great rack and the other one looks like Jabba the Hutt. Yeah, basically. I was dancing around the topic, but you guys got there.
There's a wide variation.
This might be the dumbest thing.
God damn it. That reminds me. Hold on, I'll see if I can find it. Did you guys see the acapella version of the intro to fucking Content Cop? Did you guys see the acapella version of that? Someone made an acapella version of the intro to Content Cop, just them going to wake up, Ethan, wake up. And it was fucking genius. There we go. Is this it? Yeah, I think this is it.
Wakey, Ethan. Wake up,
fucking
Ethan.
great.
Wake up. Time to be awake, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. This is no longer a dream. This is a nightmare. Wake up. Even the dumb bitch is
I thought about it after your comment, Trunks. Jesus, watch this shit.
telling you to wake up. Wake up. Wake up, Ethan. Ethan, wake up. Wake up. Ding, dinny, walk out. And step, and step. Wake up. Wake up.
I'm not gonna do a react on
Dude, the fucking Jabba the Hutt audio over that is brutal. Oh my god. I have to about piss myself the first time I saw this.
Yeah, chat.
I'm the Zen Joker.
And the sound effects.
Wake up. Wake up, Ethan.
Yo, this is not nice.
Choo-choo.
Choo-choo.
Mr. Bean. Fuck you, Ethan.
Jesus fucking Christ. I lost my shit the first time I saw that. And this dude, do y'all know who Lazy Shell is? Follow them on Twitter if you haven't yet. This dude does animations. I don't know how he pumps these things out so fast. But this is forever how fucking Hassan is in my mind. This is how I view him now every time I hear him speak. He does some of Denims too. Fuck, where's the video? Oh, it's Hassan debating Ethan, so he did an animation of it. Yeah, there it is. It's fucking hilarious.
You fucking moron! You racist piece of shit!
Ethan. Ethan.
Yes, sir.
Ethan.
The edits are great.
Uh-oh, chair react.
That we have.
You chair react to me, buddy. You grab that Dr. Pepper. I'll wait.
No, I said I'm listening to you.
He's got fucking cuck iDubbbz on the wall behind him. Yeah, fucking iDubbbz cucked. He's got the Jewish picture, the swastika sword. It's all there, man. Look at his content cop back there.
Don't worry. I was.
Ethan.
Are you not embarrassed by this armpit hair? It's so cool, bro. It's like so weird.
What?
Please,
Son,
for your own mental sanity, stop trying to do this. I'm pro-terrorism, Ethan. Violence is inevitable, Ethan. You fucking moron!
God, the edits are great. Like, when you just edit together the things he said to form new sentences, it's almost as if you get the truth.
Racist piece of shit!
Oh my God. Maybe I will watch the context puke.
You fucking moron! You racist...
Oh, God. That's great. That's great. Oh, I'd say the best part of the drama is the memes, boys. Jesus Christ. Biblically accurate Hassan. Oh, God. These people are... how are they not locals? Like, how is anyone taking them seriously? I don't understand. I don't understand. They should be taken about as seriously as fucking DSP, man. Jesus fucking Christ. By the way, Hassan never finished watching the content. Oh, of course he didn't. Of course he didn't. There's too much truth in that. He watched just enough of it to say, see, I watched it on stream. And then his community will keep repeating those talking points and going, he did watch it though, he did watch it. Oh, which now we can't even go back to see how much of it he watched because all his VODs have been deleted. God, like, their playbook is so obvious and tired and old. Like, they should be locals. I can't believe they're... Like, it's amazing. You inject just a little bit of politics into a locals vein, and the internet eats it up and treats them as if they're something serious. Like, if you remove the politics from them and look at them as people, that they're... This is another... You know, you've got Boogie 2988 in a hijab. You've got fucking DSP leading the pack. You know, just... They're all fucking locals. I think it took him like 10 hours to watch less than 30 minutes of it or something. Yeah, because he's got to pause every 2 minutes to try to debunk all the truth that's in it. And the worst part is, like, they're all clips of him. So he's just, what is it, just 10 hours of him pausing to go, that's out of context. That's out of context. That's out of context. You guys know that's out of context. This is ridiculous. Yeah. I can just imagine the reaction now. I don't even need to fucking see it.
Thing I've ever seen anybody say on camera, into the camera, confidently, straight up into the camera. And then if it's not dumb enough for you, she reads a study that immediately contradicts her statement and then pretends like she didn't read it.
Yep.
You know, about the mean, across methods, cohorts.
Wait. I'm going to go ahead and tell you what the cope is. Because she's going to say, I didn't mean to fucking... Fine, I'll pay you and you take me to jail. God, I didn't mean to kill him. I forgot what mission I was on. So I'll tell you what the cope is. They're like, her community and all her people are going to say, well, what she read said that you start forming memories at 3.5, and you guys are claiming it's 3. See, that 6 months makes blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay. So that's going to be the cope.
Average
because he forgot to say the half.
Age of adults' earliest memories is 3.5 years old. You're not really forming memories at 3, and it's...
Yeah, see, she said the average age is 3.5, so you're not forming them at 3. Well, average means that some people is probably sooner and some people is probably later. The average is 3.5, so you are forming memories at 3. It's semantics, and that's basically what most of their arguments will boil down to. Fucking semantics.
What world are we living in? You fucking imbecile. And by the way, I don't know if you know about words, but means... The mean age is an average. That means that some children, a lot of children, have memories below the age of 3.
Okay, so he does address the average thing. Not that it matters, because they won't fucking listen to him.
I know. Shocking stuff. You got to go back to psychology. You need to get that PhD back in shape on the psychology.
Holy shit! I think I just got a castle. I think I just bought a castle.
It's pretty rare to be forming memories, or like memories that you will keep, like at 5. Like I can remember maybe, I don't know.
Oh, she's going as old as 5.
Maybe.
Steamboat, do you have
What kind of fucking...
Yeah, but you're an idiot. So clearly you're not the average person.
Pathetic moron is like, this is what I experienced. Therefore, I extrapolate this onto everybody else that's ever lived. How limited is your imagination, Denims? You know you're not the only person alive, right? There's like billions of us.
The idea how traumatic it is to have
stunning.
the authorities randomly showing up to your house at night, going through all your things, accusing you of crimes you didn't do? No one should be subjected to such treatment.
Sure.
Yeah, so that's a chatter just calling her out on it, and she's gonna pull the but those aren't cops, it's CPS, yeah.
But we're talking about not cops showing up at your house. We're talking about CPS.
Which is much better. The CPS is much better than cops. Good point.
Anyways, to begin with, 1, I don't condone. 2, I've never condoned it.
Not the issue at hand, but keep trying to change the topic there. Second, obviously, Denims is just minimizing the CPS incident by dismissing the psychological impact that the CPS incident could have on our kids, and by being like, well, it's not the police. Finally, while claiming she never encouraged contacting CPS, Denim blames Hila with negligently raising our kids by stating, I believe there's some level of negligence happening here. That's fucking interesting. Here.
These people, like, I think that there's some level of negligence happening here, and I think it's irresponsible. I don't think CPS should be called on them. And I've never said that.
It sounds almost like you're riding the fence on that. Like, it almost sounds like you're saying, like, it's not that far-fetched, right? Some negligence is happening here. Some irresponsibility is happening here.
Weird ass team bro genocide drama. Yeah, I agree. Denims and her group are weird. But they're fun to laugh at. These people are fucking lolcows, man.
Is that right, Denims? Like what? Like what? And if that doesn't justify a CPS call, then what does, Denims? You're trying to sit on the fence? You're trying to have your cake and eat it too? Is that what's happening?
In case you guys wondering what actually justifies a CPS call, there are times when it's okay to call CPS. It's not because somebody played a video on the internet of someone claiming something without any evidence. A good time to call CPS is maybe you're the neighbor of someone and you see that their kids frequently leave the house with black eyes or bruises and they look beaten, they're skittish and they're scared to interact with people, or, you know, like signs of actual abuse that you've seen in person, things you have evidence of. That is when you call CPS. Actual cause for concern. CPS shouldn't be weaponized because you had a disagreement with somebody online.
Happening?
Children, those people should have CPS called on them 1000%. These people, like, I think that there's some level of negligence happening here, and I think it's irresponsible. I don't think CPS should be called.
How fucking dare you talk about my kids, you loser, you childless hack. You fucking waiting room. Jesus Christ, dude.
So ask her, what's the negligence then? If you don't believe in the poop thing, and you're telling us that you don't believe in that, and you don't believe CPS should have been called, then what's the negligence? What does some form of negligence mean? Ask them to show their work. Always ask them to show their work, because they can't.
Called on them. I've never said that they should be called on them, and I've never approved of it ever. I think it's embarrassing for Hila here to be like, this is so traumatic for the kids. You're trying to traumatize the children. It's like, dog, you literally, the vast majority of people are, like, are not remembering anything that happened to them at 3.
She's still doing that. She's saying that it's embarrassing that Hila...
Because if she says it enough, her audience will believe it. Even though she literally just fact-checked herself on stream. She doesn't have to wait for her audience to fact-check her. She did it. But it doesn't matter. Like their group of fans is the easiest group of people in the world to fucking gaslight.
Is upset that her kids had to answer questions of CPS. That's embarrassing. And what you're saying isn't. Right. You saying 3-year-olds don't have memories isn't embarrassing. Got it. Holy fuck, dude. Holy shit.
It's just simple.
Yeah, if you're not forming memories until 5, then why the fuck does preschool exist, you dumb fuck?
Sympathy, right? It's just she's just pulling like the IDF classic card of like, please, my life is so difficult. Please, everyone.
What?
How's this bear invisible?
What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Do you just need to remind people that she's Israeli to help people hate her more in your audience? Just to side with you for no fucking, besides you being plainly wrong, hideous, hateful.
It's just sympathy, right? It's just she's just pulling like the IDF classic card of like, please, my life is so difficult.
What? What does the IDF have to do with her being a mother to her kids? Like, why are we just constantly injecting politics into shit that's got nothing to do with politics?
Please, everyone that is against us needs fucking awful experiences.
The CPS came to our house and talked to our kids. What the fuck is wrong? Does this sound like someone who's very regretful about... Does this sound like someone who's, you know, really troubled by what happened here? Or does it sound like someone who's doubling down by claiming that we were negligent with our kids? And does it sound like someone who's minimizing the impact of a CPS visit on a family? Pretty obvious which one. She goes, this is just...
They always bring up her being in the IDF to try to dehumanize her. It's disgusting. Yeah, like as if she had a choice. Like as if she had a choice. Like you wouldn't treat an American that way if they were drafted into a war. Like you understand how drafting works, right? Like we have a draft here. We've used it before. It is disgusting. It's even more disgusting that it works.
It's like Israel. It's like, what? Here she...
I don't know anything about politics or the IDF. I don't know anything about that stuff. Again, here for the drama. But the minute I know how Google works, and the minute I Google it and I found out that, the IDF has mandatory conscript, I was like, oh, so everyone does this. So she didn't have a choice. Okay. So why does this matter then? Like this proves nothing. She can be in total disagreement with them and their actions and still have to join. Like this means nothing.
This goes again, just like Israel. Oh, sorry, CPS came to your house. Cringe. Are you hearing yourself? April 23rd, Denims made another stream. In response to watching the clip of her March 1st stream, Denims states, quote, every time I have to see this clip and I have to hear Bad Empanada talking every time. Or just imagine Bad Empanada saying it's all according to plan. Trust the plan. How giddy do you think Bad Empanada gets every time he hears this section over and over again? Let's watch.
More, perhaps he lost.
Every time I have to see this clip and I have to hear about Empanada talking. Every time.
Have you guys seen the clip? I'm pretty sure that this came out before this. What was this, 8 days ago? So I'm pretty sure he'll react to this too, because it is also disgusting. I mean, at some point he should probably like not react to every little thing, so maybe he won't react to this. But it's pretty fucking gross. I thought I saved this one. I know I at least reacted to it. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so I did save this one. So make it easier to find. I gotta start bookmarking shit. So here she is again, reacting to Bad Empanada, one of his Twitter posts. And she still finds this stuff to be hilarious. If you thought this was disgusting, here's how she's acting now. So tell me if this is someone who's got remorse or learned a lesson or, you know, or anything. Probably not. All right, here you go.
This to you guys.
Hello. Is this Child Protective Services? Yes, thank you. I'd like to report a case of endemic dog shit infest.
I love the way she just covers her face. Like she just knows that this shit's wrong and she's not supposed to be laughing at it. I don't believe that, like, this is all performative. Like, I think they all know this is fucked up, but they know that harassing Ethan is literally profit for them. It's their job at this point. The most views, like, Frogan's ever got are when she gets into drama. When she's talking about politics, no one's fucking watching her. It's the same thing with Denims. This is the most her clips have ever been shared. So she's gonna keep doing it because it's literally making them money. Like, to them, it's just internet drama. It's not real. It's profit. They are profiting off the harassment of this man. But for him, he doesn't even have the option to log off because at any point in time, human skulls or CPS or some other shit could show up at his doorstep. These two sides are not the same. But yeah, this is her reacting to his joking about the CPS call.
Station in a house. This house, as far as I know, it contains children, and it also contains two Zionists. And as we all know, Zionists are baby killers. So I think this is a very dangerous situation for the children, given the dog shit and the Zionists. Oh, you'll send over a SWAT team immediately, SEAL Team 6. Oh man, those are the guys who killed Osama bin Laden. Yeah, I really think this is important enough of a case that you should send those guys over there. Keep those kids safe. Honestly, great service, 10 out of 10, highly recommended, thanks. Anyway, let me know how it goes.
How dare you make jokes about CPS? How dare you make jokes about SEAL Team 6? How dare you make jokes about Zionism? How dare you make jokes about dog shit? Honestly, this, you guys.
Yeah, so jokes are no big deal when it's coming from their side, but this is the side that notoriously can't handle jokes. That will cry bully and play victim the minute a joke is made on them. These people are disgusting. Like, it's literally just profiting off of, like, the online and real life harassment and torture of this man. The more they do it, the more money they make. And I'd tell him to stop engaging, but he kind of has to. Because if he stops, I mean, shit's still going to show up on his doorstep. It's not like he can log off. And the more he engages with it, tries to fight back against it, then he establishes a history of the harassment that he can take to court one day, if he ever actually does take it to court. So, yeah, he kind of doesn't have a choice.
I just imagine badempanada saying, it's all according to plan. Trust the plan 00101100100. How giddy do you think badempanada gets every time he gets to hear this section over and over and over again?
For a number of different reasons.
What do you think she means by that?
She means it gives him a hard on. They make money off of your harassment, and he gets off on it. It's his fetish.
What plan? You're saying badempanada had a plan by putting out defamatory statements about my kids eating dog shit, and that plan presumably includes you reacting to it uncritically to your live chat. Is that the plan? Is the plan to spread a false narrative? Is the plan to spread...
I mean, that is the plan, but he's happy to take the blame for all this stuff. He didn't call CPS. That didn't happen. But he's happy to take the blame for it because nothing can happen to him. There's no extradition laws in Argentina. The government's not going to go there to get him. Like, he's untouchable, basically.
Spread a malicious lie.
That's why they're all happy to hide behind him. To let him say the things that they can't say. So they'll just, hey, I put it on my stream and reacted to it, but I didn't say it. Yeah, they think they found the cheat code here.
Right. That my house is somehow covered in dog shit and my kids are crawling around and eating it. Is that the plan? It seems like that's what you're implying the plan is.
Yeah,
you seem to be endorsing that plan. You seem to be stating that badempanada was right and his plan is working. So was the plan to have someone fraudulently contact CPS to have them take my kids away based on false statements about me?
Yep.
To me, that seems like the plan you're approving of, Denims. And once again, if you have an alternative explanation for this clip, I'd love it. Or, you know, you could just erase the two deleted streams that you exfoliated, you freak. You criminal, dude. Is that criminal? I think so. Or maybe it's a civil.
Nah, well, I think it's only criminal if there's like an active case. It's not evidence if there's nowhere to submit the evidence to if there's no active case. So I don't think she's done anything illegal yet, but it would definitely be a point against her if you were to actually take her to court, though.
Civil crime.
I don't think so.
Not criminal. Don't worry. I don't want to put you in jail or anything anyway.
And it's so bad that he has to like qualify every single thing he says so that they don't take it and make a narrative out of it. Oh, he said I'm a criminal. He wants me in jail. No, I don't actually want you to go to jail. Yeah, like he can't even talk like a normal person anymore.
Debtor's prison isn't a thing, so don't worry. They got rid of that.
What did you just say?
Debtor's prison used to be a thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Victorian era.
I was saying, don't worry. I'm not going to send her to debtor's prison.
Right.
Or to jail at all.
Because it's just they don't exist anymore. Doesn't look good, Denims. You know. Let me also address what was said on March 11th that Denims' lawyer referred to in his letter. In response to me noting Denims appeared to have deleted her videos from March 1st, Olivia stated that Denims should denounce the CPS call. In response, I said, after being like Ethan's the worst person in the world and watching Bad Empanada, being like, yeah, his kids crawl around and eat shit, and her whole entire chat being like, call CPS. Thank you for those disclaimers.
He's putting up all the disclaimers.
Thank you for putting that. We should have had that up from the beginning. His kids crawl around and eat shit, and her whole entire chat is saying to call CPS.
Do you know why no one watches their content unless they're in drama? Like, unless they have something else to like this describes Hassan's entire community and why no one watches him unless they are in some kind of drama. Maybe not Hassan because they seem to like his politics, but any of his orbiters, no one watches them unless they're in some kind of drama. Because why? Because
you're boring! You're fucking dull! You have nothing to say! You are a one-hived mind twat waffle!
I love my new soundboard. That describes that entire fucking community, dude. Fucking hive mind. I don't think I have anything left to buy from this guy, but the mission says I'm supposed to buy shit from him. Yeah, he doesn't have anything. I don't know what to do now. I'm gonna wait 24
But she says,
hours.
obviously don't call CPS. To clarify, I have no evidence that she ever told her audience not to call CPS, despite what your lawyer's letter said on March 1st. Why don't we have that evidence? Because you erased the video. Now, why would you do that? Why would you do it? I only have evidence that you denounced the call on March 8th, which was after we disclosed the CPS incident, and after I had explained that I was exploring litigation. In response to Olivia providing the insightful comment, wonderfully insightful, empathetic comment, since when is this our demeanor when we're talking about child abuse? I responded with, that's a really good question. And I still stand by that. Why are you laughing and giggling and enjoying? Like, let's assume it's true and you're actually horrified. So what's funny? Her reaction. The truth is she knows it's not real, right? Otherwise, why would she be giggling and yucking it up and having so much fun about it and talking about, oh, it's all according to the plan. Olivia continues with exactly. If it was real, she would. She knows you take care of your kids. She wouldn't be giggling and doing bits. Right. Doesn't add up.
Since when is this our demeanor when we're talking
That's
about
you.
child abuse?
That's a really fucking good question, you know? Like, why are you laughing and giggling and enjoying? Like, let's assume it's true and you're actually horrified.
Yeah.
What's funny?
Yeah, I think that if...
I mean, her reaction, the truth is she knows that it's not real.
That's exactly, yeah.
If it was real, she would
She
be
knows
upset.
you take care of your kids.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
She wouldn't be giggling and doing
Yeah.
bits.
I think the water really scrambled our... I'm gonna, Dan, don't stand up. I'm gonna unplug and replug my HT.
Unrelated. Now I'm interested though.
My kid.
Oh, you had spilled water on your laptop? I
Right,
think?
the water, and
Yeah.
of course, further proof that I'm an unfit parent.
I'm confused watching this clip back because why are you doing that sniffling thing?
Oh, I was on drugs that day.
Maybe if we had some sort of like disclaimer that could explain that or make it clear what is going on.
We've adapted.
Yeah.
The sniffing thing, I was able to, thankfully, curb a little bit. It was the worst, most annoying tick I've had maybe in like my whole life.
Oh. I saw a little. Nope.
Pays
Not
employees.
that one. Nope.
Not a drug.
Well, that one kind of applies.
Ones.
Okay. Oh, okay. So now I know that. And then maybe is there some alternative explanation for the sniffing?
I have Tourette's syndrome. I could volunteer it. Maybe it's better if it's written on the screen, though.
There we go. Okay.
That all makes sense. Whew. I never stated that she made the call, and I don't believe she made the call. Nor did I ever state that she made a direct call to action to make the fraudulent call. Nor do I believe this to be the case. I do believe Denims contributed to the fraudulent call to CPS by uncritically watching George Janitis, the human STDs.
Yeah, the fact that he has to reiterate this, that he has to explain this in this level of detail, and that they'll still say that, and they'll still say the opposite. Like, it doesn't. Man, this has got to be exhausting for him. Like, I can only imagine.
Video containing false statements about the state of my home and how I raise my children. Repeating those statements, endorsing those statements, minimizing the impact of CPS visiting my family. The only way I can know for certain that Denims did not told, by the way, Denims claims she told her audience on March 1st not to call CPS. There's one way for her to prove that. Yet, she refuses to release the stream, or the March 7th stream, because she either deleted it or privated it. Now, Denims also refused to address whether she deleted or privated these streams and why she did so. There's only one conclusion I can reasonably draw from this. She doesn't want us to see it. Instead, she's rewriting history based on deleting or privating relevant evidence. Denim, all you got to do is one thing. Release the tapes.
Snarkers will never have their facts straight because they only watch out of context clips. Oh, if you want a fucking example of that, I don't know how new you are to my channel, but I actually had one of them. You saw the one in chat, too, right above you. Yeah, like I caught that one. That he just called us a bunch of pro-genocide drama. Weird-ass team pro-genocide. Because we're team pro-genocide is what he was saying. Yeah, he was calling us pro-genocide without calling us that because they don't have the balls to just come out and say it. But one of them came in my chat one night and actually got brave enough to join me in a Discord call. So which I'll also put the link to Discord in chat. Damn it, I got to get better at doing that. I'm supposed to do that at the start of every stream and pin it to the top, and I always forget. But anyway, if you guys want to join my Discord. It's mostly video game stuff, but there's... I don't know, I got sections for a lot of stuff, except politics. But, yeah, join the Discord. But one of them got brave enough to join the Discord and join me in a call. And we had a nice little debate where they brought no evidence to the table. They didn't debunk anything I said. And it's actually a two-parter because they joined and that debate went terribly. It's worth a listen. It's really long, though. It's like 3 or 4 hours long. So I recommend, listening to it like a podcast while you go to the gym or whatever. And then he was so upset by how bad that performance went for him that he spent the next day crashing out in my comment section, literally replying to every single comment. Then he crashed out on me on Twitter, screaming, I'm a liar, I'm a liar, I'm a liar, blah, blah, blah. And then he joined. The next stream I was going to do was going to be a nice, chill gaming stream. It was the launch day of Doom the Dark Ages. So I was doing a Doom the Dark Ages launch stream because when new games come out, I like to take a break from drama and stuff and just play a new game. So I was trying to do a gaming stream, and he showed up in my chat crashing out. So I let him back in the Discord, and then he proceeded to crash out in that Discord. That also didn't go well for him. He still didn't have any evidence. It was pretty much more of the same, only this time he was a lot more emotional, and it ended with him crying. It was glorious. It's definitely worth a listen. It's long, but the payoff's great. my chat itself even ended up joining in, and I mean a couple guys from the YouTube chat actually joined the Discord and tried to talk to him so I could take a break and play Doom. It's great though; it's worth a listen. If you want to peek inside the mind of a snarker to see how they function, there you go. There you go. I think I'm the only one to ever actually get to physically talk to a snarker. I've yet to see any other commentary channel do that, so kind of my pride and joy so far. Go enjoy it. Oh, you saw the whole thing? Yeah, the dude is unbearable. But if anybody else hadn't seen it, go watch it. It's very enjoyable. Like I said, the payoff is in part 2, and it's really long, but it's also one of those things that leaves you in awe. Like, I can't believe what I'm hearing. It's kind of like a train wreck. You don't want to watch, but you can't turn away. Yeah, it's one of those. So, go enjoy. Okay. Anyway, back to this. We got a couple seconds left on it, and then I'll probably call it for the night.
Open a crowdfunder.
Now that I actually got my... Yeah, okay. So I paused it right at the end. I should have just not paused. All right, so it's probably going to do it for me for tonight because it is almost 5 a.m. I have gone way past my time. And contrary to what the comments on my videos would have you believe, I am not an unemployed no-lifer with nothing better to do than look at drama all day. I do have a job to go to in the morning. YouTube is my hobby. I'm not even monetized on this platform yet. Anyway, thank you for joining. You guys enjoy that. For now, though, I am going to go to bed. So, I want to thank you guys for watching this. If you like the stream, like the stream. And, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like the videos. Help me boost that engagement. I am trying to get monetized. I actually think I might be. I just filled out the tax paperwork for it. So they sent me the invite. So I'll see if they're... I think that I still have, like... They seem to have a 2-tiered system. So I think the second tier is getting 1,000 subs and another 1,000 watch hours, which I believe we've already passed the watch hours. I just need more subs. So, share it with your friends. For now, though, I'm going to bed. I want to thank you guys for enjoying this. If you need more Death Witch content, there's plenty on the channel. Go check it out. Anyways, have a good night, everybody. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.